Well, hello and welcome to the module Squeeze Pages. This is where it gets really exciting. This is where the nucleus of your business is the beginning, and from this point onwards, you're actually in business. So once you start setting these sales funnels up, you'll never look back. I promise you right now, if this is all you ever did in life, if you just put Squeeze Pages together and learn how to drive the traffic and how to create a sales funnel, a simple sales funnel behind those squeeze pages, then you would never need to do anything else in your life online. You would be able to create a very substantial income. Of course, it takes time, but you could be in business very quickly and at least turning something over. Anyway, for those that are not in the know, because not everybody, I have to treat this course like it's for everybody is completely right at the beginning. I know that's not true for everyone, because some of you are more advanced, but I've got to, treat it as the person who just walked in the door and said, what do I do? I've never, I can turn my laptop on and that's about it. What we don't do on this course, of course, is to show you every single detail about how to set up everything, because the nature of the course will not, I can't do this on this kind of entry. But it doesn't take much to learn. If you have any technical problems, as I've said on previous videos, give me a shout and I will give you some time. I will try and help you. It isn't difficult things to learn how to set up a WordPress blog or a squeeze page. Your squeeze page would naturally, I would personally use your blog that you've created and make a private page and create your squeeze page on that. You could use another domain and just simply put a WordPress thing up on there and use a squeeze page that way, or you could get yourself a free HTML template and upload it via your hosting. None of those things are difficult to do, but I do appreciate that they appear to be sort of too techy and things to start with if you've never done it. But believe me, if you went onto YouTube and asked and just tapped in, how to set up a squeeze page, or how to upload a WordPress blog or whatever, any of these things, YouTube is your friend. There are so many tutorials that it's actually easier for you to do that than it is for me to show you. But if you do have problems, come to me and I will show you those things as well. But the basis of this course is going to be about how, why we piece these things together and the exact funnel that I use. So therefore, to give you the complete business blueprint. This is a business blueprint, and that's what the course is about, basically. So what is a squeeze page? It sounds obvious, but some people have never heard of one, or some people are scratching their heads at this point and thinking, well, that's okay saying the word squeeze page. What is it? Well, a squeeze page is basically has only one thing in mind, and that is that it's to capture a email address, not so much names these days. I think in your opt-in boxes that you get loaded from your autoresponder, and of course we deal with that when we get there. It's not quite so important to have names anymore. I do believe in the building of the relationship, etc. But there are people who put false names in, or they just write friend, and I don't think that's important. I think, and you also, by putting a name in an opt-in box, you are actually giving people one more thing to do, and that in itself is not always a good thing. I think the less people have to do, the better. So I tend to just use. Mostly I tend to just use the email address, but that's what the squeeze page is for. It's for no other reason other than capture an email address. Now, a squeeze page is going to have to give someone an incentive. Then you can't just put on there, please leave your email address here. You're not going to get a subscriber that way. I don't know if anyone's ever tried that, of course, but so you need to give something away normally. I mean, you can sell something, but then it becomes a sales page and it's a little bit different. But a squeeze page normally gives a product away free. So we're going to get to the free incentive in a minute, so I'm jumping ahead of myself. But the answer to a squeeze page, the real answer to what is a squeeze page is it's the first part of your sales funnel. This funnel that stretches out to thank you pages, etc. Now we'll deal with all that again later. I just want to clear the air with what a squeeze page really is and what its function is. It's I actually think this. I put this less is more in here simply because squeeze pages today, I think, have changed. the way people are using the copy, and the copy being the fact that just the lines, the sentences that they put on the squeeze page to actually get people to be interested in the product that they have to offer them. Now, it used to be that you would put masses of bullet points and show all the benefits and all the and the negatives and the positives, how to put them right. But today, what seems to be converting more, and I would say this is more so in the make money market. If you're operating in health or hobbies or whatever in another market, so to speak, then I think actually probably the old style squeeze page would still work because people they want some communication. But in the make money market now, it seems to be that less is more. So just a few lines of copy, and there are some great plugins, one of which I'm going to show you in a minute, which really does this very, very well indeed. Now, I think that I think the reason, and I don't know the reason, but I think the reason for the fact that less is more is probably because in the make money market we are so bombarded with links to squeeze pages and emails selling things, and I think that people have got used to skipping over lots of it, and just if it interests them instantly they'll go for it, and I think that's why less is more. And with a squeeze page, actually, if you think about what a squeeze page is, as we've discussed already, it's there solely for one purpose, to capture an email. Then the less you make people do, the better. So I think less is more is definitely an advantage. Just a few lines of good copy. Now the free gift, the incentive. What do you give? I hear this all the time with people. They go like, I know, right? I've learned how to set a squeeze page up. I know what it means. I know what it does. But what do I give away? Well, the incentive can be any one of these things. It can be a video that you've made telling someone a few points of interest in whatever your niche is, and it's not as difficult as it sounds to put together. It can be a piece of software. Now, there are lots of PLR sites that give you rights. PLR means private label rights. It means that if you purchase that product, you've got the rights to put your name to it or give it away for free. Mostly, you always have to read the small print on it, but the PLR sites, and there are tons of them. I used to run one myself, and some of them will give quality stuff away, and you can download some software and you can rename it. You can also get master resales rights and things like that, but normally they'd expect you to sell it then. But look out for PLR stuff with good software, and occasionally you get something that's worth giving away as an incentive to opt in. But the main thing normally given away is reports, simply because it's very easy to do. Mind you, doing a video like this, just doing simple mind map videos and stuff like that, it's all very simple. And to be honest, if you've got something to share, it's a great way of doing it. It makes for a good incentive to opt in. But reports are generally quite easy to do, and that's another thing that you can get on PLR to give away. If you do go and download a report off of a PLR site, and you're going to use that as your opt-in, then I would suggest that you go through it and rewrite it to make it your own, so you've got your own voice, so you're actually starting off as you mean to go on, because I think that's important. All with the branding again, we're back to that, and I just think that that's such an important thing to do, that it's your voice. And of course, you also then are avoiding something that may be out there thousands of times already, So always put a new cover on it if the cover is going to be shown, and always rewrite. In fact, sometimes it's quite good to get 2 or 3 reports and just take chunks of them out and mix them up a little bit, so it makes sense. But we have the answer for you on this course, because if you choose to go down this road, because I am going to create, as I've already told you, a report for you. It will be a report. I've decided it's going to be a report. And it will, I haven't got the title even yet, but it will be something that will be good value. It will be brand new and fresh, so only people on this course get it. It's not some PLR that you will have had. It's been downloaded, 5,000 times. Even that's though, it's a big world. But nevertheless, it's just going out to the people that's on this course. And it will be about the list building and sales funnels. So it'll be worth a good read for you to you as well, because if you're still sort of thinking, well, I've watched the course, but I'm still not sure about this. It'll actually kind of sort of describe this course as well. Now, I am going to put in there. What I'll do is I will give this product to you, and you will be able to add your own name to it. So it's not going to be. I'm going to write it sort of generically, so you can get in and change a few lines if you want. If you just want to try and make it in your own voice, but I'll try and do it in such a way that anyone could have written it. I won't mention my name at all in it, so you can just add your own link to your own blog and a link to and your own name on it, so it looks like you're the author. Now you'll give this away and to get your first subscribers. That's what I suggest you do. And when you do, they will read this, and it will be linked to this course. So I am getting something out of it as well. What happened? This is how I'm going to get you to make your first money. So it gives you some experience in doing this in this sales funnel, because what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through the whole sales funnel so you can piece all the squeeze page together, linking it to the thank you page and linking it to this sales funnel. But when they opt in, they'll get this report that I'm going to create for you, and at the end of it we'll have a link to this course. So what we'll do is we'll create the link to this course for each person, because each person's will be slightly different, because obviously it's your link, and you'll need to be a member of you need to have an account at jvzoo.com to do this, because that's where I sell the course from. Even though you may have found it on the Warrior Forum, it actually is JVZoo that I go through. They're the ones that got that host the sales page and the pay buttons, etc. So you get your link from there. Very easy peasy stuff, that. And then we'll put that in each person's report who wants to use a report. And of course, if your first subscribers buy in to it, you will get 100% of the money. And this course is the maximum of $17. So when it reaches that point, everyone will get $17. At the moment, I think it's only $11 something. So that could easily be your first subscribers and your first money. So I'm really excited about that, because that is really the I wish someone had come along and done this for me when I first started. I would not have spent another year just going and buying loads of little different products and things. So there we go. So in your case, you will get a report, but all of these things are great products to give away to act as an incentive. Always check the product first if you get something, because think about yourself. What do you see as value? I mean, if you were opting into this, if you landed on your own squeeze page, would you think it's value? Because if you can answer and think, yeah, I would like that, is it a series of, videos, or is the report genuinely sort of interesting? Then if you can say yes to that, then I think you can walk away with feeling happy about the situation, and it's just not some sort of rubbish you've thrown together. I look back at some of my earlier squeeze pages and I think, well, they could have been better. You'll always do that, but I'm pretty happy with most of the products I've given away. I mostly, these days I obviously create my own things, but just like anyone else, I used to use a lot of PLR originally and perhaps rewrite it so it became more of my own. The only thing I've ever done was my list building course, which I never grew to more than about 600 people. That was built on the back of 9 or 8 videos, I think, that I just got PLR rights to. I went through the videos and I thought that it obviously wasn't my voice, but I thought they were done quite well. I could have easily done them myself, thinking about it, but at the time they were there available, and I thought, well, they're useful for people. I still get people occasionally coming across those now, because I don't promote the squeeze page anymore, but it's still out there, and for some reason people do suddenly stumble on it. Some link I've left somewhere in a report somewhere, I expect. And people will still sometimes thank me for those videos even now, because they are still relevant. But so it's not wrong to do that, because you're just giving someone a gift and they are giving you their email. Strictly speaking, it's not free because you're exchanging emails for something, but I think we're allowed to use the word free. The other thing on squeeze pages is, of course, copywriting. Now, a copywriting could be a full-blown $2,000 course on its own. I am not a great copywriter. I really, I know what sells now. I can write copy enough for squeeze pages and things, because over a period of time you do learn what works and what really doesn't work, and you get that by tweaking your copy and changing things as you go along in your sales funnel. This again, before I go on to copywriting, this is such an important point for me to make to you. You must constantly be tweaking things. If you've got only 4 lines of copy on your squeeze page and it converts at 25%, well, you want it to convert, you want it to convert at 50% and more. So what you'll do is you'll gradually just change it. It might be one word, it might be a complete line. You might split test by creating 2 squeeze pages and have one with a bit different than the other. Just see what works each time and keep improving on it. Always think about improving on it. So you're constantly testing and tweaking. That is the key to being successful in this business and this particular business model. It's not to just put something out there and then leave it. I think I was talking to a student of mine yesterday. I always think the word student seems strange. It always makes you think of someone just starting school or something. But the truth of the matter is we're all learning all the time, no matter what our age. But I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was telling them about how poor my early squeeze pages were. I look back at them, the copy that I wrote were awful. I did used to still get subscribers, but it was truly awful. When I look back, I'm embarrassed. I'm almost embarrassed to show some of them because they're still out there. And but later I learned that I could tweak things and change things, and I realized that everybody who was being successful at this was tweaking and changing things. It was the one thing I wasn't doing in the early days, and it's the one thing I should have been doing. So these are lessons that I want you to take on board, so you don't make those same mistakes, because it can cost you months, and what it can cost you is your money from your own pocket, of course. If you're paying for traffic to go to these squeeze pages, you want it to convert as high as possible. And I think anything over 50% is fantastic. I think I've heard of people getting 80%. I've never got that far, but I've had a couple that are up in the high 40s, and occasionally going over 50%. So that means that if I pay for 100 clicks to it, I know I'm going to get 50 subscribers. And there's ways to monetize that where I actually end up paid traffic is giving me a profit, or at least I'm getting free subscribers. Again, we'll come to that on the sales funnel. But I think I think when I first put squeeze pages together, I was getting sort of below 20%, 15 or so, and that's very poor for a squeeze page. So what happens is you'll put your first one up, and you will get some subscribers, and you'll see it. So it's going to be in the low 20s, or it might even be much worse. But you'll know you can improve on that, and certainly you'll want it above 30%, 40%. That's what you try and aim for. Get above those marks. You never give in, really. But anyway, I just wanted to, before I went into the copywriting bit, I just wanted to say that's a valuable lesson and well worth taking note of. Tweaking constantly. So copywriting, as I said, I can't, it's just too much. You can't just, this course is not about copywriting. Do you need to learn it? Well, you don't need to learn copywriting as such, but you do need to pick up on how copy is used. And the best way to do that is quite simply to go and study other squeeze pages. If you look at enough of them, then you will start to see why people are putting things in a certain order. You'll see that the headline is always the most important thing. It's such a, the headline has to be right there, it has to attract that person straight away and get their attention. And you'll see there are certain things you should say and certain things you shouldn't say. And as you study more of these squeeze pages and start to work out why people have written them like they are, bearing in mind that squeeze page these days is better with a little bit less on it, you'll soon learn what will work and what won't, and that's the best way of doing it. Again, I'll put this offer out there, this is my own personal time, and I actually reserve this normally for the people who are paying for it. But on this course, I will help people out if they come to me and say, look, could you just give that a once over or something? I will say to you, well, maybe I think you should change this line. But even if your copy is poor to start with and it doesn't convert very well, it gives you a base. At least you're out there doing it. If you've got a squeeze page out there and you've learned to drive the traffic to, which you will do later, you are in business. Even if you only get 10 subscribers from 100 clicks, will be very, very poor, but you've started. You're in business. You have now 10 people on your list that you can work with. So, that's a very, very important part of the business. Copywriting is its own world. Guys that are brilliant at it of course they earn huge amounts of money. But I had to learn to a certain degree because I didn't have the money when I first started out to go and pay $500 or $600, and that would be quite good for someone to write my copy for me. Don't think of squeeze pages as the same as a sales page, because a sales page is a different beast altogether. And I will discuss sales pages, I think, although it's not really part of this course as such, as you don't directly need it. Now, the easy way of getting your squeeze page set up. Now, for honesty's sake, because I am an honest person, always have been, I have a couple of links here. If you follow these links and choose to purchase through them, I will be paid a reward of some degree. This is our business. This is the business I'm teaching you. If you feel I shouldn't get a coffee out of this or whatever it is and I get paid, you can still follow the link and you can look at the product and then just look, just take the URL and search again for it and find the product another way, and then of course I wouldn't be paid. And I'm not for one moment saying that you should do it this way. I'm just saying that these are the easy ways to do it because it's almost done for you services. But I just wanted to be honest about it. There's my link there. I don't even know if these links work when you see the video, but I have put a link to the Magic Squeeze page. What it is, it designs a squeeze page which produces a little box, a text box, and your opt-in box goes directly below it. It's I think maybe I might show a link to that. I might do another video and show you a couple of links to it. But if you follow through on this Magic Squeeze page, and I'm hoping these work, please come back, tell me if they don't work properly. It will take you to their sales page, and you will see for yourself what they look like. They definitely follow the less is more side of things, so I like this. I have purchased it myself, and I genuinely think it's a good product. I haven't purchased Squeeze Page Optimizer, but I know the person who sells this, and I think it's a really good way of putting HTML squeeze pages together and very simple and easy. I went for that because I just love that plugin. You just add it is a plugin. You just add it straight into your WordPress theme, and you can generate squeeze pages right off just straight off, and that's really, really easy to use. So I bought that for that purpose. I haven't used Squeeze Page Optimizer, but I know the people who run it, and I know tons of. I did promote it once on the strength of the fact that someone showed me how to use it, and I've never had anyone ever want to refund that, so that's good as well. I think there is an update coming to this one very shortly. And another thing I have bought is OptimizePress. Now OptimizePress, this is not a link. I've got no link to OptimizePress. I don't even know if they do affiliate links. But OptimizePress I purchased is a theme. It's a WordPress theme, and inside it they have a thing called Instant Pages, and you can create sales pages and squeeze pages very, very quickly through it, and they give you all the graphics, etc. And well, I mean, the very first time I put a squeeze page together with it, it took me probably half an hour. Nowadays I can put one together in just a matter of minutes. So that's a very simple thing to use. I will never not use OptimizePress, but I do still use Magic Squeeze Page as well occasionally because they do look different, and sometimes I like it to look like that. With OptimizePress, it is a bit heavy on the price. I think it's around $100, but you can use it on all your sites. So bear in mind, it's just a WordPress theme. Magic Squeeze Page, much cheaper. I think it's $17 at the moment. If you follow the link through, you'll see. And it's a plugin that goes into your theme that you're using now on your WordPress blog. And of course, you can generate your page that way. I do like the look of that as well. They give you about 20 backgrounds. So you get this colourful background, and then you get the box in the middle. It's brilliant. Anyway, I hope that all helps you. A squeeze page is just for that one purpose, capturing email address. And it's the beginning of your sales funnel, and it's actually the beginning of your business. And I'll see you on the next video.